Hello book lover, welcome to the vlog where it is day 3 of me having no Wi-Fi. I live in a very rural area and I really don't have any data either. And so I thought this was the perfect opportunity to do a reading vlog. How much reading I can get done this weekend while I am not being distracted by YouTube and scrolling on the internet and all of that kind of stuff. So it is currently August 1st. I am in the middle of 2 books. Also have some really exciting book mail coming in the mail on Monday or Tuesday. So I'm gonna see how much reading I can get done until our Wi-Fi comes back and I get my really exciting book mail that I plan to jump straight into when it comes to my door. Hopefully I will have an unboxing for you at the end of this video of said mysterious book mail. At the present moment, the internet people should be coming Monday afternoon to fix our Wi-Fi. So I've got like 2.5 days before I get any more Wi-Fi. And so having no Wi-Fi means not only can I not be distracted by everything on the internet, but also I can't do like anything for YouTube, for my Patreon. I can't get Canva to load to work on any graphics. So I'm going to be working hardcore on just getting some house chores and things done. And then also just taking the time to read as much as I can because I will have nothing better to do. And I also want to say that I am not a chronic scroller on the internet. I definitely used to be, and probably like 6 months ago, this is not sponsored by the way, but I downloaded this app called App Block, and it basically does what the brick does, but you like can't bypass the rules. So I have my phone set on strict mode, so I can only technically get on social media Monday to Friday between noon and 5 p.m. And other than that, I really can't get on social media. That has definitely taken a lot of my scrolling away because during that window, I'm doing a lot of house chores and things like that. It is good to be disconnected. And I'm honestly just really excited to take this opportunity and turn it into a vlog and see how much reading I can get done. Let's talk about the books that I'm in the middle of. I have been reading Jane Eyre for like the last month. I am on chapter 21. Everything was going super good. And then there was like this really annoying part to me where there was a palm reader witch person who came into the story and the characters were really excited about that. And you guys know how I feel about witchcraft and stuff like that. Like, I get that things can just be jokes and things can just be funny, and I get that things just are not that serious, but for me, real witchcraft, palm reader things, I'm just super sensitive to that kind of stuff. It gives me the ick. I think that that is like actual biblical witchcraft, things we are told to stay away from. Hopefully this isn't a spoiler. This book has been out for like 200 years, but even though the witchy thing wasn't what I thought, it kind of just turned me off from the book. So I've been stuck halfway through, have had no desire to pick it up, but because what I thought wasn't the reality of the situation, if you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. I am going to continue and I hope I can finish it because I was really enjoying it until that moment. And these are the types of things that I just feel like, am I being too critical? Am I being too harsh? Am I judging this book too heavily because people love this? But I think it's okay. Like, if we have personal convictions, if something is too much for you, that's okay. So I felt that way with some of the occult themes in the Secret Garden, and I got quite a bit of backlash about that. But honestly, I just don't like witchcrafty things. I don't care if it's a joke. If it's a classic, I know people say, well, look up the author's story and you'll know where they're coming from. And I get that this isn't a Christian fiction book. Just because it's a classic doesn't mean it's Christian. And that is a lesson I have been learning hardcore. I don't know, you can think I'm being too harsh or whatever, but I'm just sensitive to that kind of stuff, okay? So I'm just gonna leave that at that. Hopefully I will make more progress in Jane Eyre this weekend. Hopefully you can see this cover okay. I know it is like on my Kindle, but I am currently reading A Bride of Fallen Stars by Victoria McCombs. I'm not gonna hold this up the whole time because it is on my Kindle, but I am exactly on page 100 out of, I think it said 474. I am having mixed feelings to the beginning of this book. I know this is not a Christian fiction book, so I'm trying to take those blinders off and not put it in that box of being a Christian fiction book because it is not marketed marketed as that. It's marketed as a young adult fantasy. I just really hate young adult fantasy. I'm sorry. I just have so much trouble connecting with it. I don't like reading about teenagers. And so anyway, there are basically like these two women, and they're basically goddesses. Like one controls the daytime and one controls the nighttime. They are twin sisters, and they are coming into their power at 17 years old, and they will now be reigning over the daytime and the nighttime for the next few thousand years. The world building is kind of confusing me a little bit. Like there are these different courts in it. Like there's like the court of, I don't even remember what they are, but like the court of heart and the court of light or something like that. I'm just not following where all of those come into play. I think I'm on like chapter 12 and it's not clicking. There have just been some things that I really haven't enjoyed about this so far. And if you're wondering why I'm making myself read this book, hey, why aren't you just DNFing this? I am reading this book with my friend Keisha's book club. Me and my friend Katrie are co-hosting, and I did tell sweet Keisha ahead of time, I'm usually not a fan of young adult fantasy, but I will give it a try. I feel like this beginning of the video is not going well. I'm not having a great time with either of these books. I'm hoping I come away at the end of it enjoying them a lot more than I am enjoying them right now. Without further ado, that was my very long intro to this vlog, and those are the two books I'm reading, and hopefully I can finish them. It is 4:22 and I just finished listening to chapter 27 in Jane Eyre. Okay, I'm gonna take off my glasses. This is why I don't wear my glasses in videos, because the reflection can just be so distracting. The weirdness, for the most part, has passed in Jane Eyre. There's been some creepy stuff in this book though, if I'm being honest. Like I wasn't expecting the spooky vibes from it, but it's not been like horrifying to the point that I feel like I can't read it. It's just been really weird. And like, I don't know if I'm supposed to like Mr. Rochester or be swooning over him, because the man is insane. He is insane. And I am just like wanting to tell Jane to run for the hills. She made a good decision at the end of chapter 27, so I'm very happy with her. Sorry, Zion, he lives here, so you're gonna get Zion sound effects sometimes. There was some good conversation about avoiding temptation in the last chapter, and I really liked that. And I liked that Jane had told Mr. Rochester that he needs to put his faith in God. There have been some really good faith moments throughout this story, but then just like these really bizarre things happen that like throw me off, like the palm reader thing, really spooky situations that happen, so that kind of throws me off. That's my update for Jane Eyre. I have 3.5 hours left of the audio. I had 6 hours this morning, but I've been listening while doing chores. As for A Bride of Fallen Stars, I'm now 23% in, page 119. I'm on chapter 14. So there is just like weird stuff, like these courts that exist, and there's temples in them that all basically house a piece of what's essentially a demon. It's like trying to keep this demon at bay from overtaking the world or something. So there are light versus dark themes in this. That's what's kind of redeeming it a little bit for me, but I do not like that they said to take this demon apart, they had to use blood magic, but it's still one of those things that I am just really hesitant to read. It makes me incredibly uncomfortable. I usually have the unpopular opinions. People probably absolutely love this book. I think part of it is because I used to read nothing but fantasy, and fantasy is where I felt the most conviction. And so when it comes to witchcraft and stuff like that, that is just one of the things that I feel more convicted about when it comes to my reading. We'll see what I think. I think we're gonna go sit outside because it just looks so beautiful out. We had a little bit of a storm come through this morning, and I just want to soak up the sun while we have it because it's supposed to rain all week long. Okay, I have an update for you. I'm going to push pause on the fantasy book I was reading and read something else. And I have Love on the Run by Mandy Blake downloaded onto my Kindle. I also have the physical book. So I'm going to start this because these books usually take me 2 days to read. They are so quick and so bingeable. The drama, and I think I just need something that's not historical at the moment and that's not fantasy, because that is all I have read for weeks and weeks and weeks now. Contemporary is not my favorite genre at all, but there's something about Mandy Blake's books that I can just binge them and have them done. And so I think it's time that I go ahead and enter into is this book 5? Yep, book 5 of the Love and Blackwater series. That is my quick update. I have a child I need to tend to, so that was very quick. I'm gonna read this and I'll check back in later. I have some book mail to open. This is not the super exciting book mail that I'm getting, but still exciting nonetheless. And I thought I might as well go ahead and vlog it in this video. So this I got for $3 on Mercari. Lakeshire Park by Megan Walker. It is a proper Regency romance. If you know me, you know I'm gonna love a Regency romance, but I've never read Megan Walker. I believe either on reading sprints or in Discord somebody was reading this and then somebody said, Kay, you would love this book. So I take all of their opinions to heart and they know what I'm gonna like. Cue the Regency voice. I entered Lakeshire Park, comfort enfolding me like a warm, heavy blanket. I tried to place the feeling, to name the unfamiliar warmth that relaxed my heart. All I knew was that here, nestled in the middle of nowhere, I could breathe. How I hoped these next 2 weeks were only the beginning, that we could finally find refuge within these walls once Clara made a match with Sir Ronald. 2 weeks to secure my sister's happiness. Just so you know, I know I'm not good at accents. I just read them however feels right. It's probably a mix between an American, English, Australian, maybe Scottish accent. That's how I read the back of Regency books. I know it's not good. Also, I got cut off while I was outside trying to tell you guys, I am switching over to Love on the Run by Mandy Blake. This one is about a bride who runs away from her wedding, and right from chapter 1 you see that her to-be husband has been cheating on her, so that's why she runs. And honestly, go girl, get out of there. So I'm really excited to read this because you're following Anna and Beau, and what I love about this series is you get to know all of these characters through the series. So I'm very curious about Beau because he's kind of just been this like very quiet, reserved, mysterious sort of man. I feel like he's gonna be a teddy bear. I'm very, very excited to read this. It is now 6:20 p.m. so I need to get to reading. The lighting in our house is absolutely abysmal right now because it is like a super dreary, rainy day outside, but we just got back from church and I wanted to show you my church outfit before I get into my comfortable Hobbit attire for the rest of the day while I finish the book I'm reading. Let's see. It is such a shame I don't have a full-length mirror, but I've had this dress for like a year and a half and I haven't known how to wear it. And I just recently acquired this sweater. I am wearing these like dark brown cowgirl boots and I just feel so cute and feminine. I don't know what the waistline on this dress is called, but it like comes to this point and I just think it's so cute. I got my color analysis done 3 weeks ago, I think, and I found out that I am a warm spring, and that's honestly not a shocker to me because I told the lady, I said, you tell me I am a silver girl, I'm gonna tell you that you're wrong because I am a gold girly all the way. And I was right. Gold looks better on me. One of my colors is this bright red and I never would have bought this before before, but I feel like it looks really nice. And I just feel so confident wearing brighter colors. I'm going to do some thrift shopping. I've been going through my closet and giving things to friends, and I would really like to donate to the homeless shelter or the women's shelter in town and just try to share the love of the things in my closet. Y'all didn't ask for any of that, but I am just so fascinated by the color analysis thing. I actually would really love to get trained in it and to be able to do that in the salon. That would be so cool. I just think it's really cool how God made each of us so uniquely. Our hair color, our eye color, our skin color, and the way that certain colors can make us look more vibrant. I think it's just fascinating. But anyway, I was here to give you a reading update. I am on page 153 out of, I think it's like 430 pages in Love on the Run. This one has actually made me laugh out loud, like way more than the other books in this series. Usually these books are facing like really heavy topic. This woman was going to be marrying this guy and then found out he was cheating on her, so she took off, which is good because bye boy. She ends up taking off with her best friend's brother, still going on her honeymoon trip. What's different about this is both of these people are believers already, and the other ones in the series have been people coming to Christ later in life. There's just been so many really sweet and adorable moments between these two, but also it's grumpy sunshine. She's sunshine, he's grumpy, and that is one of my favorite romance tropes. It's been so good. It's made me laugh so hard because she is going on her honeymoon trip with this guy, and so she planned all of these romantic things. Like they just went to a dancing class, and he's just so uncomfortable. But he likes her and she likes him, and I don't think she was actually in love with the man that she was supposed to marry. She was in love with the idea of love, and I feel like they're the perfect balance for each other. Mandy Blake can get away with things that other authors I feel like just can't get away with. Like in the beginning of this book, she's literally running from her wedding, trips down the stairs and falls into his arms. I read that and I was like, I'm gonna let it pass. I'm gonna give Mandy Blake a slide. Because I know what to expect in her books. I love them. In this one, I'm really, really enjoying it. That's my reading update. I just almost tripped there, but you didn't see that. Church ran a little over today, and that's okay, but it is 1:30 p.m. I want to try to binge read and read as much as I can of this book today, and then tomorrow I'd like to do chores around the house and maybe finish Jane Eyre. I listened to another 30 minutes of that this morning. I feel like it's just going to be a really nice, lazy, rainy day. It is now officially Monday, what date is it? The 3rd of August. It is almost 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I just finished reading my Bible for today. Mr. Zion is very entertained by like the flip out screen of the camera and seeing things on it. This could be a little chaotic, but that's okay. Quick reading update. I am on chapter 33 of, what is it called? Love on the Run by Mandy Blake. I stayed up till like 1:30 in the morning reading, but Zion and I took a very late nap in the day yesterday. He woke up at 6:30 from his nap, so he was just going to be up late, and it's one of those things that we both ended up taking a nap. We both weren't going to go to bed, and instead of trying to fight it and force him to go to bed, we just stayed up, and I think he finally fell asleep around midnight. We had a later day today, but that's okay. I'm assuming he'll probably go to bed around 10 o'clock tonight, which is when he usually goes to bed. But anyway, I stayed up reading. I've got like 30% of that left, and my Kindle says it's like 2 hours of reading, so I'm really going to try to finish that today. Also, I have a Jane Eyre update. I just finished chapter 33. In chapter 33, let me tell ya, There was just so much that was revealed in that chapter, and it was so fascinating. And the last several chapters have not had Mr. Rochester in it. Mr. Man. If I'm being honest, I have loved not having Mr. Rochester in the last several chapters, but I'm guessing he's going to be coming back at some point, so we'll just see about that. I am loving seeing where the inspiration from a lot of the Regency romances that I read, I can see that there's a lot of inspiration that comes from Jane Eyre, and I'm sure there's lots of other classic works where the inspiration comes from too, like Jane Austen and things like that. I think honestly, me reading a lot more Regency and Victorian era novels this past year has really helped me understand Jane Eyre and a little bit more of the societal things that are happening. So if you're somebody who has been really intimidated by reading classics like Jane Austen, I would highly encourage you to just check out some modern day written Regency novels, and I think that that's something that might be able to help you understand it a little better too, because I totally understand what's going on in the society and all of that kind of stuff because of all that I've read of the modern written Regency and Victorian era novels. That has just been such a treat to listen to. I am curious where I'm going to land on it. I'm going to finish doing some chores and keep listening to it. Honestly, the version that I'm listening to on Audible, I am loving the voice actress who is reading it. So I'm going to link the Audible version in the description box if you're interested in listening to a good audiobook of it. And honestly, this has been one that I don't feel like I need to listen to the audio and I need to sit down and read at the same time to fully grasp it. It has been such an easy read. I'm totally understanding and following everything that's going on. And yeah, so I'm really loving it again, and I'm just curious how this is going to end. I have 2 hours left of the audio, so I'm going to try to finish that up today while doing chores and things like that. I'm going to try to finish up Love on the Run today, and then tomorrow my exciting book mail is going to come in, so I will see you tomorrow when I do that unboxing, and I'll probably give my final thoughts on these two books. Oh, Zion is waving at you with his other hand, but you can't see. Nope, don't touch. And he's got some toast right here. He's like, how close can I get to touching this without actually touching it? Okay, say bye. Bye. I'm telling myself not to freak out because my book mail got here a day early. I am so excited about the 2 books that are in this package right here, and I'm so excited to share them with you guys. But update, what time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock. It's 6 p.m. on Monday. Our Wi-Fi came back on around noon. I got my video uploaded. I got caught up on some Patreon stuff. I still need to finish reading Love on the Run. I will be finishing that tonight, and I have an hour left of Jane Eyre, so I'll get that finished by tomorrow morning. So I might come back and check in tomorrow with final thoughts on those books. But I'm not waiting to open this package until tomorrow. It literally just got on my doorstep 5 minutes ago. Let's go ahead and open this exciting mail. Mystery bundle. It's so cute. It's a cookie, and I know this is gluten-free, which is also just so awesome. It's so cute. It's got this dress, and this cookie goes along with the theme of one of the books. Let's open this one first. I want to tell you who sent me this, but I want you to see the cover for it to be revealed. So I'm being mysterious for a reason. But the author, she did say, I rushed these out the door, so don't judge my wrapping. And I said, girl, I put everything in bags because I can't wrap to save my life. We're not judging her book wrapping. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. There is, she put a bookmark in here. I want to be a sunflower so that even on the darkest days, I will stand tall and find the sunshine. So I will be using this when I read these books. In the first book that I read, flowers and butterflies and things like that were kind of I don't want to say theme because it's not really a theme, but it's something you just saw throughout the story, and it was really beautiful. So, but it has this little charm. Let's see, can you see that? Hopefully. That's so pretty. A mystery note. Actually, it's not a mystery note. Yay! Oh my goodness. Oh, so cute. And it's got sunflowers. Revealing Shadows by Paige Reed. And she signed them for me. I'm so excited. I'm gonna read those notes privately, but look how pretty the hardcovers are. Like, are you kidding me? So this is Revealing Shadows. This is technically book 1 of the Guardians of Areli series, but there is a prequel, and I highly encourage you to read the prequel. I'm annotating my copy right now, so it's not in the room. Reviving Embers. That is the prequel, so read that first, but this is book 1. In the back of it says, light. He walks amongst us. His smile rivals the brilliance of dawn. He weaves his garments from the brightest stars in the galaxies, and his eyes hold the radiance of light scattered across 1,000 seas. Light. We are pulled to his beauty, repelled by his revelation. The part of us consumed with lies hides from his presence. Even though we crave the hope cast in his wake, light. Even in our stubbornness, our ignorance, he comes, penetrating our darkness, seeking our hearts, and exposing what lurks within the shadows of our own making. Like, her writing is just so beautiful, you guys. I have chills. It's so beautiful. This book is following a prince. I don't know too much, but maybe I should just read and tell you what it is. There is treachery without and treachery within. Prince Benaiah receives this cryptic warning when a lethal storm drives him to the refuge in the western cliffs. Yet, the tension between him and his father compels him to hide his investigation. Evidence of conspiracy continues to stack. A divisive treaty, scarred earth, the opening of Areli's borders to their ancient enemy. A murder? As the threat to his kingdom escalates, Benaiah faces chilling questions. Who is the mastermind, and who is their ultimate target? Anne has lived her life cloaked in obscurity and rejection. Hidden behind her hair scarf and tinted glasses, she serves the High King and Areli with quiet devotion. But disturbing revelations force her to choose between staying safe in the shadows or betraying her sect by reaching across the class chasm for help. You know what that means. She's got to reach to the prince for help. As the web of mystery tightens, Benaiah and Anne's paths and loyalties crossed treasonous boundaries, making discovery even more dangerous. Yet, when their enemies close in, no safe options remain. Either they step into the light and risk revealing their deepest held secrets, or they let the shadows swallow them whole. I'm just so, I can't tell you how excited. I'm starting this tomorrow. That's how excited I am. I would start this tonight, but I really need to finish the other 2 books I'm reading. And book number 2, I might just read these back to back. I have been in the worst reading slump like ever. And so I'm pretty positive these are exactly what I need to read right now. I don't think I showed you the wrapping paper, but she put them in these really pretty hearts. Check it out. Rendering Hearts by Paige Reed. This is the one she just released like last month, and oh my goodness, she left like a long note in this one too. The back of this one says, we fear pain, loss, and above all, the end of what is. Certain our hearts will never survive the cataclysmic cleaving of our reality. Gather close, friends of my heart, family of my soul, and I will tell you a greater truth. Do not fear the breaking, the rending of your heart. The seed must fall to the ground. It must die before life springs forth. The end that looms is not what it seems. A universe exists beyond its narrow scape because the Creator lives. I don't think I've ever been so excited about book mail in my life, and you're witnessing that right now. Okay, a bride to choose, a kingdom to unite, a prophecy to fulfill. What I'm gonna do for this one, I'm not gonna read about it. I'm gonna put on the screen the photo with the tropes and elements found within this story, because I feel like that is what intrigued me, and that's not gonna give away the plot. Sorry, I'm not gonna read the inside of it to you just because I'm worried about possible spoilers. Here it is without the cover. This is the naked hardback. It's so beautiful. Yay! So here we have my next 2 reads. Quite possibly. I have a buddy read that I need to do, so maybe I'll read one, do my buddy read, and then do this. I'm so happy right now. I cannot wait to read more of Paige's writing. These are available on Kindle Unlimited, but I knew I would want to annotate it. I mean, come on. The backs of these, that tells you why I want to annotate. These are now joining my shelf, and they will be read, and they will be read soon. That's my special book unboxing that I wanted to share with you. I'm so happy right now. I'm gonna try to check in tomorrow after I have finished Jane Eyre and Love on the Run, and I'll give you my final thoughts. And I'm gonna start revealing Shadows by Paige Reed because I am so excited about that. It is not the next day. It is now Friday, August 7th, and I'm hoping this video goes up tomorrow. And I need to film a closing to this vlog. And I just wanted to give you my final reading updates. I'm gonna try to keep it super quick, but I did finish on Monday night Love on the Run by Mandy Blake and Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And I think I'm gonna give both of these a 4-star after I've sat and thought on it. I do have a rating system that I use for every single book that I read. Love on the Run, really had a good time with this. I really enjoyed the characters. I loved getting back into this community. I really loved getting to meet Beau and getting to know him a little better. I still had some questions in the end of this book, but you know what? It's totally fine. It was a good time. I'm giving it a 4-star, and I'm really excited because I have one more book in the Love in Blackwater series now. And then as for Jane Eyre, I'm also giving this one a 4-star. There was a lot of stuff that I really ended up loving in this book. I loved the found family. I loved the redemption in the end of this book. I loved the repentant heart that was shown. I loved a lot about it. There were some things that just weren't my favorite, and you know what? That's okay. Not every single classic is going to be everybody's favorite, but all in all, I had a really good time with this book. I do think it is worth reading. I know in the beginning of this vlog, I was talking about the one thing that bothered me a lot, but in the grand scheme of this entire book, it was such a small scene. You know, I have my feelings about it. I still really enjoyed this in the end. It was such a beautiful book. I didn't love all of the characters, and I think that is something that with classics, I feel like you either love the characters or you just like hate them. With this one, I just had a really hard time connecting with really anybody. There were moments I felt like I could connect with Jane, and then moments I couldn't, but you know, that makes sense because we're not the same person, and that just is what it is. But all in all, I really enjoyed it. It was a super easy read, super easy listen if you would rather listen to this on audio. I had a good time with it. I'm gonna land on 4-star. It had some beautiful faith themes woven throughout the story, and yeah, it was just a good time. I don't think I have more thoughts than that to share on either of these, but it is Friday and I am 100 pages into Revealing Shadows, or I'm a little over 100 now. Can you see that? My tabs are putting in some work. I'm already through my first set of tabs because I'm taking my time going through this. I'm annotating as I'm reading it. Paige's writing is just so breathtaking. She has the most thoughtful way of wording her thoughts and ideas, and I'm just really happy to be reading this. Sorry the lighting is a little crazy right here. I am by my window, but it is thunderstorming outside and I need to get this filmed. Thanks for hanging out with me over the weekend while I had no Wi-Fi. It was really good to be able to talk with you while I had nothing to do and nobody else to talk to. Let me know if you like these kinds of reading vlogs. I thought it was just super fun to be able to share my thoughts as I was reading and talk with a friend. If you made it this far in the video, would you please leave me a stack of books emoji? And also let me know, what are you currently reading? Are you enjoying your current read? I'd love to know. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. As always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have an absolute blessed week, and I will see you next time. Bye!